Hello, I'm Juan Davies, Chief Creative Officer at KCTM-PBS SoCal, and I'm joined by the newsroom of KPCC and LAist on a daily reporter roundup. How is everyone?
Good.
Doing well.
And joining us again today is Executive Editor Megan Garvey.
It's always a pleasure to be here, Juan. Happy to join.
The reckoning over systemic racism is being felt across many different organizations, from media to businesses to policing, schools, and beyond. This week, current and former employees of the Getty spoke out in an open letter to the museum's board. Mike, you have the information.
Yeah, they are asking for actionable, measurable goals to increase diversity and repudiate racism within the Getty. Writers of this open letter are calling on the Getty board for a response because they note that senior leadership and high-profile staff members have largely been white throughout the organization's history. They talk about problems with the arts, problems throughout the organization as far as what they choose to display. Also, they say that racism is an ongoing problem both inside the Getty and when it comes to the museum's collections and their public programs. A Getty spokesperson said in a statement that the board and senior leadership are committed to immediately addressing priority diversity issues, but folks within the Getty, as far as staff goes, are less sure about that.
Josie has an update on the disproportionate COVID-19 toll for Pacific Islanders.
Right. In April, we had reported how Pacific Islanders in LA County are seeing the highest death rates from COVID-19, 12 times higher than white residents. Well, the death rate now appears to be roughly 4 times higher as opposed to 12 times higher. So why the difference? It's been attributed to errors in data collection. The county was told by the state that it had misclassified 14 people as Pacific Islanders, when in fact a dozen of them were actually Filipino. A county health official told me mistakes could have been made when the death certificates were being filled out, for example. But it still stands that COVID is disproportionately affecting Pacific Islanders. Many are in service sector jobs, live in multi-generational households. One doctor told me he's also very concerned by reports that some are still attending funerals in person, which are very important in Pacific Islander culture.
Like many school districts, Glendale Unified is planning on distance learning when classes resume this fall. Natalie reports on additional services that are planned for some students.
So Glendale School District is trying out something unique, which is offering the option of childcare for elementary school students. AirTalk spoke with Vivian Ekchian, the superintendent of Glendale Unified, who said they're going to make this work by divvying up kids into cohorts of no more than 10. They'll be in technology pods doing their online learning. They'll be socially distanced from each other, but together in the same space and supervised, and there will be masks, temperature checks, hand washing stations, and breakfast and lunch will be delivered to them. So the district heard from 2,600 families that childcare is a really urgent need, and they're saying they can accommodate about 3,000 elementary school students to start.
And finally, Jacob has some advice over the next week about why you should put your phone down and go look up at the night sky.
Yeah, I mean, not only for your mental health, I know I absolutely need it, but also because the next 6 days are your only chance ever in your life to see the comet Neowise fly over Earth. It is the brightest comet since Hale-Bopp in the 1990s, infamous for many reasons. We all remember that. And the crazy thing is that it was only discovered on March 27th of this year. So just a few weeks ago, it passed between Mercury and the sun, which basically started to disintegrate the ball of ice and dust and create this really gorgeous long tail that you can see with your naked eye. And so if you want to see it, all you got to do is walk out onto your porch. You look in a northwest direction towards the horizon about an hour or so after sunset. And over the next week, it'll rise higher and higher into the sky as it gets closer to Earth. Now, you could view it with your naked eye, but binoculars or a telescope could help you see it better. And if there is too much light pollution, you'll have trouble seeing it from the city. But heading out to the desert or the mountains to avoid all that nasty night pollution, which is something that I plan on doing, would absolutely help. But yeah, I'm going to go do it. And maybe next time it comes around in 7,000 years, we could have some comet parties.
Amazing. Well, thank you so much to all of you at the KPCC and LAist newsroom, and thank you for tuning in. Stay healthy, take care of your family, your neighbor, and we will see you on Monday.